Previously on Tim Plays a Game. Yeah, there's blood on the wheels of the dolly.
When I found the dolly in the repository, one of the wheels had a blood stain on it.
Oh yeah, and there's a trail of blood. Yeah, that's kind of a kind of hard to dispute there.
Because of the numbering of the justice hammers.
Nice.
No, it's wrong.
Shut up, Hina.
There's no reason to assume that the hammers were used in the same order as their numbers.
That's right. I knew those hammers were freaking misleading us.
When we found Hifumi in the nurse's office, his glasses were covered with blood.
And we found a cleaning cloth in the garbage can.
But when we found him again later in the repository, they were spotless.
So, Hifumi wasn't just another victim in this case. He was one of the assailants.
Oh crap.
So then, what was used to kill Hifumi?
What's up, everyone? It's Tim from Tim Plays Game, here with Trigger Happy Havoc Danganronpa, playing on Nintendo Switch. Spotless hammer, yeah.
What was used to kill Hifumi? Was it Justice Hammer 3? Maybe Justice Hammer 4?
Well, whatever it was, there's one thing we have to figure out. How was the culprit able to move around so freely with the weapon? How did nobody witness them carrying it?
Sounds like a Justice Hammer 5 is about to make its appearance!
You'd think.
Check out murdergear.com/hammertime for more info!
Well, one thing seems pretty clear. The murder weapon had to be one of the Justice Hammers!
No!
Wrong! Shut up, hero! Everybody stop talking!
The murder weapon wasn't a justice hammer at all. No, it was something completely different.
Say a hammer.
But, seriously? A different weapon?
Specifically, a hammer from the repository. The killer could have easily used that to kill Hifumi. Now, all the hammers in the repository were covered in flecks of grit and debris. But for some reason, one of them had been scrubbed clean.
Right.
And the reason it had been scrubbed clean was most likely because it was used to commit murder. If the hammer got covered in Hifumi's blood, of course they'd have to clean it off. I'd also like to point out that the repository has all kinds of hammers. Big and even some flat mallet-like ones.
Yes.
I think whoever made the justice hammers used
you
those
can't
as a
hold on, you
basis
can see
for
it better
their
if I show you this. Yeah, if you take a look at this, you can see there's hammers on that wall right there. And I'm pretty sure that big one on the far left is the one that caused it. The murder of Hifumi.
If that's true, that would explain the Monokuma file's note about the wounds being similar.
So Hifumi moved Taka's body to the repository, where someone then used the hammer to kill him.
Correct.
Whoever did that is the true killer. The one Hifumi was working with. And the one who betrayed him. Hold on a moment. I still think it's strange to assume someone was working together with him. The way the graduation rule works,
Right, there's no benefit to helping
to helping someone else carry out a murder.
I guess Hifumi's kind of easy to manipulate, but...
So the idea that anyone would work together like that is simply ludicrous. We talked about this, did we not?
We did talk about how they wouldn't be any reason for anyone to work together. At least that's what we thought at first, but... Let's shoot some words.
Based on the rules that have been laid out for us, even if more than one person is complicit in the murder, only the one who actually carried out the act can graduate and survive. Assuming the rule holds true, it is simply impossible that two people work together on this.
That is how the rule was explained to us.
Interesting. Shut up.
But that only really applies if there's one murder, right? In this case, however, there were two murders.
Assuming the rule holds true,
Stop talking.
No, it's wrong.
My line.
Since there were two murders, it's at least plausible that more than one person was involved.
What do you mean?
If there'd only
There was
been
more than one person
murder,
involved.
then yes, the idea of an accomplice isn't really worth considering. Naturally, if only one person can be saved per murder, an accomplice has no risk versus reward benefit.
Right.
Risk versus reward benefit?
The reward needs to outweigh the risk.
The payoff for working together. The reward that balances out the risk of taking part in the scheme.
Right.
There's no point in being someone's accomplice if there's no benefit to you.
My guess is whoever manipulated Hifumi told him, if you murder Taka and I murder someone else, then at least one of us will get out of here.
However, if there were some potential mutual reward for the risk, then cooperation becomes possible.
Gotcha.
You're saying that two people could act as each other's accomplices to commit two separate murders.
But the Monokuma rules...
I think that's what the true killer told Hifumi.
Yeah.
They would each have an accomplice for their crime. And based on the case's events, Hifumi would have been the first one to act, murdering Taka.
That's right.
They made him carry out the first murder so he couldn't back out of helping them later on.
Alright.
So in this case, there wasn't one single person committing multiple murders.
Hifumi killed Taka and then someone killed Hifumi.
Instead, each person killed someone.
My guess is
creating
Hifumi didn't
two
know that he was going to
separate
die.
incidents. And it only looked like one person because that's how the true killer designed it to look. A single suspicious individual, a similar weapon used in each crime, disappearing bodies.
The disappearing bodies part is what made me doubt the whole one-person thing.
By creating one seamless set of circumstances, they made it look like one person was behind it all.
Yeah, but there were a lot of missteps, though.
The mastermind picked their target and managed to convince him to go along with their plan. And then, to avoid the no accomplices rule, they simply killed
their
their
accomplice. Easy! All wrapped up in a nice, neat package.
Which, if true, means that betraying Hifumi was part of the plan from the very beginning.
Exactly.
But that's just awful.
Oh, that's the part that's
How could
awful?
anyone be so cruel?
Not the two dead bodies being moved around like they're freaking rag dolls.
You think so?
No,
I
the
can't
lying
help
part
but
is what really
admire
gets
its
to me.
cunning. Still, their choice of accomplice seems odd.
Yeah. I mean, he's manipulatable, but also... Yeah, you gotta... Also, probably not the best choice to ask for help. The effort made to convince us the two murders were the same, that was the main characteristic this time. Kyoko must have noticed that fact from the very beginning. Why doesn't she just say it? She could have wasted us an entire episode. We could have gone through an entire episode with her just, telling us, oh, by the way, this happened. Which is why she said that not to look at this as a series of connected events, but entirely separate incidents. Kyoko really is amazing, although, when you think about it, she's almost too amazing. Yeah. Like, it's almost unnatural how good she is at
I
this.
understand how an accomplice could be involved. But then, who was the one pulling Hifumi's strings?
Right, who's the puppet master?
That's problem numero uno right now.
Right. True killer manipulated Hifumi to carry out a number of actions, and in the end murdered him. In the debates up till now, the way the case has unfolded, when you consider all that, there's really only one person who seems to fit. Okay, couldn't have been him. I don't think so. Couldn't have been her. She's been dead. He was already dead by Hifumi. Junko's not there. Sakura was kind of helping us the entire time. Kyoko might have done it, but at the same time, we have no evidence that really supports that. He's been dead. She's clueless. He's clueless. He's been dead. He's less clueless, but still not helpful. And dead. Dead inside. Also dead. Couldn't have killed himself. Yeah, so I guess we kind of got Celeste here.
Here's my answer.
Okay.
It was Celeste.
Right.
Ah, so I'm the suspicious individual now, am I?
You always were.
I really do hate this kind of joke.
God.
A joke? I wonder.
So what you are saying, then, is that I specifically chose to work together with Hifumi.
Yes.
The idea that I would choose to spend any amount of time interacting with him, that I would go within 10 feet of that shit brains, that lazy, worthless, goddamn idiot!
Whoa, your accent changed.
just to be clear, there is evidence to support it.
Yes.
Is that so?
It is. Throughout the investigation, there was certain behavior that was common only to the two of you.
I kind of like the idea of two narcissists having an argument with each other. They both know they're right, but it's like they're not. They think they're smart. They both think they're right. It'd be kind of like a never-ending battle of attrition between the two.
Considering what we've learned so far, it only further proves that the two of you were working together.
What is the only, what is it that only Hifumi and Celeste had in common? Countering... Oh, right, yeah.
I got it!
Yeah, because...
The behavior they had in common has to do with the suspicious individual in the suit.
Which
doesn't it?
Yeah, they both lied about that.
The only ones who ever actually saw Robo-Justice firsthand were Celeste and Hifumi.
Shush. The adults are talking now.
Dude, come on, I'm the adult here between the two of us.
Sorry.
Seriously?
As he said, only Celeste and Hifumi ever laid eyes on the costumed individual. If we accept that Hifumi was one of the culprits, we can't help but suspect what Celeste has said as well.
Are you saying everything they told us was a lie?
See? The lies! I don't mind the dying and the killing and the murders and the double cross, but the lies! That's what really gets to me. I feel like I can't trust them now.
After taking Hifumi to the nurse's office, we all began our search for this individual, correct?
Right.
And not too long after that, do you remember what Celeste said?
Wild goose chase, yep. Go to the 3rd floor. I saw a shadow, something moving around at the top of the stairs.
We headed to the 2nd floor specifically because of what she claimed.
Okay, we went to the 2nd floor,
have
then the
seen.
3rd floor.
Next, to draw us all to the physics lab up on the 3rd floor,
She let out a blood-curdling scream.
and when we'd all come to see what was wrong, what was it she said?
Celeste, what's wrong? That was a rather intense scream for someone like you. I saw him, the strange costumed man. He ran off as soon as I screamed. I was blocking the stair. Yeah, because apparently at this point the Robo guy would have to be in 2 different spots, all the way at the end of the hallway on the 3rd floor and in the nurse's office on the 1st floor.
Once she'd done her job of getting us all up to the physics lab, it was time for her partner to get to work.
Yes. Yeah. Huh? What was that? We flashed back to the scene 3 times now. It came from downstairs. It must have been Hifumi. He's in the nurse's office. This is bad. Come on, we have to go back.
It was to get us to divide into 2 groups. So that we would discover both bodies at the same time?
A little meticulous and convoluted, but wow, that actually came together pretty seamlessly.
In fact, Celeste was precisely the one who proposed that we split up.
Right. And why didn't we split into 2 groups? I'll lead the hunting party, that seems much more interesting. Very well, then Makoto and Hino, you come with me to the nurse's office. I will leave the capture of the suspicious individual to Toko, Byakuya, and Sakura.
Well, if Celeste and Hifumi were working together, all those chance events suddenly become connected.
Yes.
And on top of that, that piercing cry of yours early on. That was to signal Hifumi, wasn't it? It was your way of telling him, we are on the 3rd floor, everything's going according to plan. Why else would you let out a scream that could have carried across the sea?
I'm just waiting for to reach over and just for her to reach over and punch him. It's like, shut up!
I just realized another strange
They're like
thing.
standing right next to each other. I think they would get into it physically.
When we found Hifumi in the nurse's office, who we now know was only pretending to be dead,
I certainly was not expecting this. Lie number 38. I did not imagine that Hifumi, lie number 39, would be murdered.
Celeste, you were the first one to say he'd been murdered. You wanted to make sure we wouldn't have any doubt in our minds.
I don't believe it.
I would just love that if
Everything.
Hifumi had sneezed right there
Big act.
while he was pretending to be dead.
Hina, you were with Celeste when Hifumi's body disappeared, right?
Yeah. I was feeling kind of sick, so Celeste took me to the bathroom. Wait! Then that was...
She wasn't worried about you. She just saw a chance to help Hifumi sneak out of the nurse's office.
Each piece isn't much by itself, but start putting them together and the picture gets very ugly indeed.
Yep.
Wouldn't you agree, Celeste?
I have no idea what you mean.
Of course you don't.
Don't bother
Pay
trying
attention.
to deny it. You made one fatal mistake.
Oh, did I?
I didn't even catch it myself when you first said it.
Right,
but
she said something about those guys being murdered, but she only knew about Hifumi being dead.
looking back, I can say that one little slip-up was your undoing.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about what you said after Hifumi's body disappeared and we returned to the nurse's office.
They must really be enjoying the sight of us standing around frightened and confused. We're all going to die here. We're going to die just like those guys died. As in more than
I
one.
remember her saying that too, but I don't understand what's so strange about it.
Then pay attention. Sakura, Toko, and I were first to discover Taka's body in the equipment room. Then Makoto showed up and told us Hifumi had been killed. So Sakura and I left with Makoto.
Right, but Celeste never heard that.
Once we were in the hall, we ran into Celeste.
At that time, had not heard about Taka being dead.
Office. Now, the entire time we were together, none of us said anything about Taka being dead.
Right.
Think about it. Celeste's comment doesn't make sense. It was
It
completely
did not make
out of
sense.
place.
Yeah, I see what you're talking about. Although I don't really get what it means.
Celeste knew that Taka was dead, even though she logically should not have.
You hear that, Celeste? Everyone's having some trouble understanding. Could you repeat what you said? If you're really not the culprit, you shouldn't have any problem repeating it, right?
He just likes to watch people squirm. Ballbuster. Yakuya said that Celeste's comments doesn't make sense. But what is he alluding to? Really? From file 3, that's not helpful.
All I said was... They must really be enjoying this. Enjoying the sight of us standing around, frightened and confused. They must be positively elated. We are all going to die here. We are going to die, just like those guys died. And that is all I said.
And that's all it takes to finish this. It's obvious, isn't it?
Yes.
What
Just
was
need
so
this phrase.
strange about Celeste's comment?
So here we go again. All right.
We are all going to die here. We are going to die, just like those guys.
Shut up!
No, it's wrong.
Break!
That's right. There's no reason Celeste should have said, just like those guys died. When she said that, none of us had told her Taka was dead.
Darn it.
Exactly. And we
She has that
didn't
look
run
on her
into
face
until
like,
after we were
well,
all out in the
fudge.
hall. So there was never any chance for her to have seen his body in the equipment room for herself.
So how did you know, Celeste?
She's got a really good poker face, though.
How did you know more than one person had been killed? And how did you know they were both guys? Because Kyoko had also disappeared, right? So she could have been dead too.
Wait a minute, there was a third victim? No. Dang it, Hero, who told you to get out of the corner?
You all have such vivid imaginations. You know
Impossible.
Imaginations.
that? You claim that I was lying when I told you about the suspicious person I saw. Then what about the picture I took?
Yeah, that's also suspicious.
How do you explain this picture of the costumed villain dragging Hifumi away?
It looked like Hifumi was maybe
It has to be
carrying the
some kind of
costume on his
setup,
back.
right? So let's put the suit on, and then she used the camera's timer to set up the picture.
Have you so quickly forgotten? You are the only one who could have possibly fit into that suit. Plus, I happen to know that this particular camera does not have a timer. In other words, it is an unassailable fact that this is a picture of Hifumi being dragged away.
This is true.
If
Well,
everything
almost.
I told you was a lie, how can this picture exist?
Simple. Are we sure that's really a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi away?
What could you possibly mean by that?
Surely there are other explanations than the one you've offered up.
No, there is no other explanation.
Yeah, that was my thinking is that Hiro was in the suit. Hifumi had to pick up Hiro with the suit on. And that's why he looks all exasperated. Other explanations? If it wasn't the picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi away, then the only possibility is if Hifumi and the suspect have been drinking. They've been dancing. Okay, then after they were done drinking and dancing, he had to drag the suspect away.
Got it!
Designated
It's
driver.
not a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi away.
Make sure that robot gets home safe.
I would say it's a picture of Hifumi dragging the suspect away.
Dang it.
That's certainly within the realm of possibility.
Impossible.
The one being dragged off in that picture isn't Hifumi, but the person in the robot suit. We've simply been led to believe that it's the other way around.
The fact that she's trying to cover it up now kind of makes her more suspicious.
And the strange costume might only exist to lead us astray even farther. If you saw someone wearing something like that in this situation, of course you'd notice and be suspicious.
Yes.
That's what happened! You put me to sleep and made me out to be the bad guy in all this!
How dare you?
Such a thing is utterly impossible.
Of course, there's that word again, impossible.
Hifumi was dragging him away? Ridiculous.
Is it? I don't think it's ridiculous at all.
Yeah, nobody's on your side right now, Celeste.
Then shut your mouth and allow me to educate you.
Fine. Better be going somewhere with this. Celeste thinks that she can prove that there's no way Hifumi was dragging the suspect away. But is that... Come on now. Of course it's possible. In fact, a lot of things that are not possible in this game are probably possible. Or other way, never mind.
You dressed me up in that suit after I passed out! Then you just draped me across Hifumi and had him carry my weight! You tried to make me look like the bad guy!
Like I said, ridiculous. As you can see in the picture, the suspect is standing perfectly upright. If the person inside the suit was unconscious, there's no way they could stand up straight like that.
Stop talking!
No, it's wrong.
Now it's my turn to educate you!
No. Even if the person inside the suit were unconscious, they could still stand up like that.
Right.
Because that Robo-Justice suit had a certain characteristic.
Can't bend at the waist. Totally can't bend at the waist. Seems like a pretty obvious oversight.
That's right! They totally made a mistake when they made it, so it couldn't bend at the waist.
This is
I'm
correct.
not so sure that was a mistake.
What?
I think the suit was designed from the beginning to be used the way it was.
Oh, okay, yeah. So this way, if he's carrying the yeah, it would make Hiro stand up straight.
Celeste and Hifumi took the suit they'd specially designed and stuffed Hiro into it. That's how they were able to fake that whole thing. The point of it all was to make us believe whoever was in the suit was to blame.
Yeah, she upset.
Well then, I suppose this is checkmate.
It's check, not so much mate.
Checkmate?
Whoa. Okay, keep the camera straight. Okay, straighten the camera out.
Don't make me laugh, you idiot! What do you mean, checkmate?
Dang, okay, she got horrifying there.
Celeste?
Clearly, you want to cram me into your little guilty box. Well, there's one little problem.
Is there?
Have you already forgotten what Hifumi told us as he lay dying?
That's a hard one to disprove because his name is Masahiro. Yeah, Hifumi, yeah, Hiro's name is Masahiro, and who tried to kill you? Who killed me? That's right, I remember their name. Not Masahiro, Yasuhiro. Yasuhiro.
When we asked him who had attacked him, his answer was quite clear, was it not? He said, and I quote, Yasuhiro. In other words, Yasuhiro Hagakure!
Dang.
Right! But my name isn't really Yasuhiro! It's actually Taro!
What?
Your confusing statements don't make any sense.
Yeah.
You're only making things more complicated.
Everybody calls you Yasuhiro.
He did say Yasuhiro. But are we sure he was really pointing the finger at Hiro?
Here's the weird thing about freaking, about Hifumi. He always calls people by their last name. He kept calling me Mr. Naegi.
What the hell are you talking about? I'll burn you alive!
Okay, threatening people is not a good way to get them to trust you.
Kyoko, what do you mean by that?
Think back to how Hifumi used to talk to us.
Yeah, he used to always
How
mention
did he refer to each of us?
said people's last names.
I got it! That's right, our last names. He called us all by our last names.
Yasuhiro is his first name. Is Hiro's first name.
Exactly. I know I heard him say Mr. Naegi more than once.
God,
for
I hate
example.
that.
So if Hifumi
Mr.
did
Naegi
mean
is
to
my
say
father.
Hiro's name, he would have said his last name, Hagakure.
Right.
I'm sure it was just incidental. By chance, his first name. Indecent?
Don't talk.
Stop. Coloring book, crayons, go sit in the corner.
Random chance.
Don't come out till you're
How
done.
isn't that a convenient explanation? No, there's no reason to think he would have said the name any different than normal.
I don't know if he's just trying to. I mean, if it's his dying breath, I think he might drop
But he
the
must
axe.
have run out of energy before he could say any more.
Right.
So Hifumi was trying to tell us the last name of whoever killed him?
Why?
But the name he said doesn't apply to anyone here.
Well, no. Hold on. There's one person it could apply to, and that's Celeste. She never actually told us
Oh.
what her real name is.
What?
I don't think
did
her
you
name is
just
Celeste
say?
Ludenberg.
To think you'd take your false accusation
'Cause she
so
was-
far,
she's
I don't
Japanese,
know
so-
whether to laugh or spit.
Whoa.
Come on! Enough with your idiotic blather. Yasuhiro is a loser's name. Do I look like a loser to you?
No, but your parents thought you were a loser. Oh, because they named you.
Well, do I?
Yes!
What? I think I've earned the right to be a little on edge.
Little.
Okay, then fill us in. What's your real name?
Make sure your ear holes are wide open and listen up! My real
Okay.
name is Celestia Ludenberg. Could you please stop making me repeat myself over and over again?
Can you show a form of government ID? 2 forms of government ID, 1 with a photo. Celeste still won't give up, so then I have to do something to make her accept it. Argument, here we go. Oh, the handbook! Yeah, that would have her name in it. Okay.
Hifumi was trying to tell us something. He wanted us to know the killer's last name, Yasuhiro.
If there's one person here who might have that last name,
It would have to be you, Celeste. You haven't told anyone what your real name is.
How many times do I have to tell you? My name is Celestia Ludenberg!
Whoa!
God damn it!
God damn it is my mom's name.
How long do you plan to go on pretending?
I'm not pretending. It's the truth.
Is it?
And since you have no way to contradict me,
How about this?
No, it's wrong. That's it. The handbook.
Yes, the handbook.
What?
Ah!
Anytime you turn your handbook on, it shows the owner's name when it boots up, right? Monokuma told us all about it before.
We're gonna really flash back to that? Yeah. This handbook is absolutely vital to a healthy school life, so don't lose it. When you start it up, it'll display your name. Always make sure you have the right one. Now, this is not your everyday notebook. It has so many more uses than that.
So all we have to do is check her handbook, and that'll clear up everything. That's how we can find out Celeste's real name.
That's an invasion of privacy. I refuse to cooperate.
And now's not the time to be pleading the fifth.
Celeste, can you please just tell us what really happened? Please, just tell us.
Her name's Yasuhiro.
Even when I'm put in check, it's just my nature not to give up. Because until the game's over, you never know what might happen.
Fine then. Let me settle it.
Alright, we're going in for the killing blow.
Let me go over the case again, from the beginning, and shed light on all your crimes. And that'll bring everything to an end.
Closing argument. Here we go. Okay.
Here's exactly what happened.
Okay, I think we got it right.
Before anything, the killer persuaded someone to help carry out the murder.
Right.
And that person was...
Mifumi. He looks so weird in this.
Mifumi. With an accomplice, the killer was able to execute a number of otherwise impossible schemes. First, they convinced someone to meet them in the rec room last night at 1 in the morning.
That someone was Hiro.
That someone they met with was Hiro.
They just have chloroform around this school at all times.
The murderous duo intended to pass Hiro off as the prime suspect. They drugged him, knocked him out, and stuffed him into the Robo-Justice suit. Next, Hifumi positioned himself to make it look like Robo-Justice was attacking him, while the killer used a digital camera to take pictures of the assault.
Okay, so yeah, she was definitely standing when the picture was
They did
taken.
all this just to create evidence that would put the suspicion on Hiro. When they were done with him, they shoved him, still unconscious, into the pool room locker. And then finally, at 6 a.m., they moved into the murder phase of their plan. They called
Fumi really
Taka
did a
to
lot of the heavy
equipment
lifting in
room.
this. So creepy. Dang, he was able to do it in one hit too.
Hifumi killed him, making it the scene of the first murder. The murder weapon was Justice Hammer 4, which was left there in the equipment room. The reason Hammer number 4 was used was to create confusion about the order of the crimes.
Right.
So, next they falsified 2 more assault incidents.
Jeez Louise, this was
For
complicated.
these attacks, the killers pretended to be the victims to solidify Robo-Justice as the suspect. The first fake incident was the attack in the rec room. There, the killers wanted us to see Justice Hammer 1 and the Robo-Justice pictures they'd taken. They wanted to make sure we bought the surprise attack story. The second fake incident was the attack in the library. This time, they planted Justice Hammer 2 and an injured Hifumi to sell us that story. With these 2 incidents, the killers were able to create a certain preconception in our minds that the suspect was increasing the size of the hammers and attacking people in order as they did. We fell right into their trap and started looking for the suspect based on that.
But
While we did that, we left Hifumi alone.
God, this
in
is
the
a
nurse's
complicated
office.
one.
This was exactly what Hifumi was
We're in
hoping
Act 5 and we're not even halfway through this.
He took a blood packet from the refrigerator and Justice Hammer 3
He just went crazy
and
with the
turned the
blood.
room into a crime scene in which he himself had apparently been brutally murdered.
Jeez.
He let out a scream to draw us back, and when we returned, that's what we found. Meanwhile, The other group that had been out searching found Taka's body at the same time.
That's when the
So
body
when we
discovery
heard
announcement.
the body
Yeah.
discovery announcement, we naturally assumed it was for Hifumi. We left the nurse's office, and Hifumi once again took advantage of the situation. He simply got up and made his escape. When we learned his body had disappeared, we all rushed back to the nurse's office. And once again, Hifumi had the chance he was waiting for. This time, he snuck into the equipment room.
Yep. Yeah, he had to move pretty fast.
He wrapped Taka's body in a tarp and used the dolly to move it all the way down to the repository.
Another point I want to make is that dolly would have had to make a lot of noise if it had something like a body on it.
That explains how each of the bodies
It's not going to be
disappeared.
whisper quiet.
But even Hifumi didn't know what the true killer had in mind for their final act. Their plan all along was to kill Hifumi and get rid of the one person who could betray them. And they did it using an ordinary, everyday hammer from the repository.
And somehow I just feel like if they had just used the hammer and not done any of the other stuff, they probably would have, Celeste probably would have gotten away with
cover
this.
everything that happened in this case. And the villain behind it all is...
All the extra stuff just kind of implemented them. Oh, this is nice. Whoa! Whoa! Okay, already.
Celeste! Sorry, you lose.
Game over, bitch. Oh, good.
Lost?
Loser!
Lost? When was the last time I was forced to utter such words?
I mean, you don't have to say it, but we all kind of get the gist.
They hang heavy around my neck.
Then you admit it? You're the killer?
I admit nothing.
Listen to you, trying to take charge, as if you're my private instructor. I, Celestia Ludenberg. Actually, no, Taiko Yasuhiro is fine.
Whoa!
Taiko?
Taiko Yasuhiro, okay.
So, you finally accepted it.
I'm the kind of person, once I've lost, I don't like things to drag on.
Wow, okay.
Interesting.
Yeah, there goes your accent.
Okay, Monokuma. I'm ready to begin.
She's like, screw it, just get me out of here.
Or, no. I suppose this is the end, isn't it?
Yeah. It's like, well, what did you think was gonna happen?
The moment we've all been waiting for. Time to vote. Okay? Okay.
Okay.
If you would, please locate your lever and cast your vote.
It's kind of a no-brainer
And
at
when
this
the
point.
votes
This
are
is all really
who will become the blackened?
what's the word? I don't know. It's all you don't really need to make a choice here. Everyone kind of knows what happens. You just kind of admitted it.
One. What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
Oh, stop dragging it on, bro. Also, if this is a vote, why are they using a slot machine to... I mean, I guess the slot machine is more aesthetically pleasing, but... I don't know. Doesn't really feel like a vote. More feels like a game of chance. Okay, that's the word I was searching for, formality. It's basically a formality at this point, but once again, you're totally correct. The black in this time, the true killer who devised the whole stinking scheme was... Celestia Ludenberg, or more precisely, Taiko Yasuhiro.
Honestly.
I lost. Well, that sucks. I can stop giving her an accent now. I guess trying to work with someone else was a mistake after all. Fumi's ineptitude was beyond all my calculations.
I knew it.
So you really did approach Hifumi with this plan? But how did you get him to agree? I can't imagine he would have happily agreed to commit murder. I'm sure she relied on her speciality, lying. My speciality? Don't make me laugh. I didn't have to lie to him to get him to agree.
So then,
Then did you use, you know, sex? I knew you'd figure it out, Kyoko. You're absolutely right. To get Hifumi to act as my accomplice, I used her. Oh. For everyone who's still left, I'll avoid mentioning it by name, but it was the one thing Hifumi and Taka were both super into. Does she mean, yeah, alter ego.
Say what?
What are you talking about?
Just
Let me
a
in.
second.
Don't interrupt. The adults are talking. We're in the middle of a very important conversation here. I'm totally out of loop as usual. How sad.
In other words,
Then you're the one that stole it.
Indeed.
That's right.
I see.
And you used it to drag Hifumi into the plan you'd come up with. Right again. Last night, after we had at our meeting and about how it disappeared, I paid Hifumi a little visit. Well, what are you doing here?
Actually,
I was hoping I could talk to you alone. It is about what was stolen. I know who did it.
What?
What?
are you okay with this?
It was Taka. He stole it. What?
So then,
And I have proof. Would you like to see it? Oh, what? Yeah, shut up. As it turned out, I found a use for the digital camera. I'd taken you know what to Taka's room earlier and took pictures of it there. I deleted the pictures as soon as I'd shown it to Hifumi, of course.
Damnation!
Grr, so it was him. But how did he do it? So she was supposed to yell if either of us got close to her. You are correct, which is why Taka forced me to steal it.
Say what?
Stop saying
for
that.
me-
Please forgive me. He threatened me.
Oh.
He did.
as for me,
He came to my room last night, unannounced, and then it's hard for me to even say. He abused me.
What?
What? And he took pictures. He said if I did not do as he asked, he would show them to everyone. So I had no choice.
Damnation!
That's a crime, an absolute crime. I knew he'd gone a little crazy, but
Say what?
I never imagined he would go that far. It was amazing how completely he bought it. I can't express how enjoyable that was. I'm about to say something I never said before in my life. I don't think that anime was very good. I mean, there's a lot of things you could copy and paste there. I'm going to kill him. I'm going to fudging kill him.
most unfortunate.
Wait, please. If you go now, you will be playing right into his hands. Huh?
Actually,
Taka is planning to use her to escape, and he has made you his target.
What?
Escape? You don't mean. Taka is going to try to kill you. What?
indeed.
And also he can keep her to himself. That bastard. Bastard.
Honestly,
Can we allow him to continue with these barbaric acts? Absolutely not. How could I? She.
I swear!
I have
I
to
will
save her.
actually,
Then would you like to join me? Would you like to join with me? It just so happens that I've come up with a plan. Hoo-ah! I have devised a way to reclaim that what he has stolen and escape this dreadful school. Hee. And with that, it is complete. What are you talking about? Oh, nothing. Really? You just kind of gave yourself away there? Fumi agreed without a second thought. The effect that item had on him was remarkable. Power of love, even a love as twisted as that, can still drive people mad, it would seem. You disgust me.
See.
I have another question for you. What was that strange costume Hifumi's creation?
indeed.
Yeah, it was a real pain in the butt, too. All I asked him to do was make something to hide the face and general body size. I had no idea he'd make something like that, but it's my fault for picking him in the first place.
But
So why'd you decide to make me the suspect? Because you're stupid. That's it. Yep.
Let's see.
And in regard, I made the right choice. I'm so glad your stupidity surpassed my every expectation. Life must have been tough on your parents, though. I feel like I could cry.
Well,
But when you were explaining your plan to Hifumi, how did you explain the part about him playing dead? What she's asking is, what was Hifumi supposed to do after that, assuming you had actually let him live?
Are you okay with
That's
this?
simple. After he did his part and pretended to be dead once someone showed up, I told him to say he'd been seriously wounded. He was on the verge of death, but he just barely held on. And he really believed that? Well, of course. That wasn't all there was to it. That wasn't all there was to it. As I explained to Hifumi, the plan was, while you were all questioning him about what had happened to him, I was going to murder someone else. At that point, Hifumi would have an alibi, so nobody could doubt him. I told him that, and he believed it. I'm amazed that she could basically plan this one thing with him, and then have this separate plan to kill him afterwards. I mean, just it's like, how do you not let slip the fact that you're going to betray him? It all seems very straightforward, stereotypical. I just matched the lie to the level of the opponent. In fact, Hifumi ate it up. He believed the lie wholeheartedly, right up until the moment of his death.
So in the end...
So you had planned to kill him all along. But of course, there would have been no point to my plan if the one who pretended to be dead did not end up dead himself.
What the heck?
How can human life mean so little to you? I mean, she was gonna let you all die if she got out, so...
Well...
That's a non-issue. I simply did everything in my power to win.
Don't be mean!
Now you sound like Byakuya.
I wonder about
Hey! Calm down, I'm only... I don't know. I'm not that bad, am I? Oh wait, yes I am. No, he derives his pleasure from the thrill of the hunt, and in that aspect we are nothing alike.
Why?
Then what made you take things this far?
What the heck?
Was it really just for money? Are you talking about the $10 million Monokuma offered us? That is a lot of money, it's true. But that's not all there is to it. From the moment our new life here began, my only thought has been escape. But all along you've been saying how we have to accept living here.
You little
Obviously
bitch.
that was a lie! Yeah!
Hey!
I couldn't take it. I hated it from day one. More than anyone else in here.
You little
I wanted to get
bitch.
out. Every day was fresh torture. And do you want to know why? Huh?
This is fine.
Wow, that one hurts. That voice hurts. Because I had a dream. I dreamed a dream, and accepting a life here would have meant nothing less than giving up on my dream forever.
Honestly.
And there was no way that I could ever do that. In the underground world of gambling, I risked my life to make a metaphorical killing.
As for me,
And it was all for that dream. And what was that dream of yours?
Isn't
Oh, what was that dream of
wonderful?
yours? To live in a European wait, what? European castle. A castle? And to gather handsome men from all over the world to serve as my butlers / bodyguards. I was going to make them dress up like vampires and satisfy my every need. Why vampires? Butler, vampire, sex servants, I don't know. Once I obtained that, I would have crafted a perfectly aesthetic world of decadence. Living the rest of my life there was my only dream, my only goal. That's what life is all about. Sexy vampire butlers. Nothing less and nothing more. Combined with my own winnings, Monokuma's $10 million would have made that dream a reality. I got right to the edge, but
There is nothing to be
unfortunately
done.
my dream has been scattered to the wind. Still, I don't have any regrets. I pursued my dream to the very end, so why would I?
just the worst.
You sound so passionate, but you were really able to kill your own friends for it?
Oh,
Are you asking me to feel guilty? That's a pointless endeavor. I feel nothing for sacrificing others for my own ends. I feel nothing.
do you understand?
That's all there is to me. That's what makes me complete. Isn't it terrifying how different our values are? There's simply no room for understanding.
What is this?
That's what we should be saying, and plus, how can you be so calm? Don't you realize you're about to die? Aren't you scared? Why aren't you scared? My ability to lie is so unrivaled, and I take pride in that. It's not just other people. I can even fool my own emotions. The conscious deceives the unconscious. That doesn't make any sense. And that's why you're not scared.
Yes, indeed.
That's right. That's right. I don't fear death. Kill me however you like. But you know, I could be reincarnated. If I had a choice, then
Isn't it wonderful?
I think I would come back as Marie Antoinette. You would come back as someone from the past. Yeah, I don't think you understand how time works.
Hey,
You would just be executed, yeah, right? Celeste smiled then. And when she did, it looked to me like a poor effort to force it. She claimed she could fool her own feelings, but that statement itself must have been her final lie. And that weak, fake smile is what betrayed her.
Thrills, chills, kills!
You all done? Okay, then let's get rolling. The blocking disturb the peace and must pay the price.
Now then, I've prepared a very special punishment.
For her, the ultimate gambler.
Let's give it everything we've got.
It's punishment time!
I guess I'll let Kyoko hold on to this.
Dang.
What?
This is...
Will it really give you the hope you're looking for? I can't say I ever saw it that way. Which is why... Actually, it's not important.
Dang.
Well then, take care, everyone. Perhaps we'll meet again. In another life.
I like talking to her now that she has, like, no accent. But yeah, this is gonna get rough. Alright, put on your night vision goggles, kids. It's about to get dark. Ooh, those eyes. Ooh. Was this gonna be like guillotined or something? Guillotined? Like Marie Antoinette? Burning of the Versailles witch. Oh, wow, okay, so she's gonna get burned. We'll light him up. Smoke him if you got him. Smoke him if you got him. This one's like way less, like, still pretty bad, but kind of toned down. Very somber. Okay, there it goes. And now we're cooking with gas. Okay, the good news is if she doesn't die, it means she's a witch. Yeah, oh. Fire! Oh, fire truck, okay. Well, it's about dang time they got here. A little late. Oh. Oh, God. Okay. Jeez. That fire truck didn't do anything. Oh, okay.
Okay, I saved everyone! Yay! We're good! Everything, the fire's out! No one else has to die!
It's over. Their execution is over. Celeste's death is over. Celeste killed my friend, so I can't pity her, but I can't also deny that at one point I considered her a friend too. And for him to just come along and...
Isn't it just awful? Someone couldn't cut free their regrets from the outside world, and so more people had to die.
Extreme!
You guys are still so young. You need to place more value on your lives.
What are you gonna do?
Geez, and here I thought you guys were gonna pass the torch of hope to the next generation.
Let me out of here!
What do I care about hope? I'll throw it in the trash if you just let me out of here.
Too bad.
You're all the embodiment of hope, whether you like it or not. And it's my destiny to knock you down one by one. It's sad, yes it is, but that reality just can't be avoided.
Don't talk like you're not responsible. How long are you gonna make us keep going through this? What do you want from us?
God, I'm so sick of people asking me that. Give it a rest already. So anyway, Kyoko, did I see you get some kind of key type object from Celeste?
Hey!
So, what's the deal with that?
What?
Huh? What's the matter?
So then,
I'll answer your question if you answer mine.
you...
What did you do? What did you do to me? Whoa.
Ooh.
What?
Hey,
Answer me. What did you do to my body?
Oh man, oh jeez. Oh man, oh jeez. What do you mean, what did I do? I have no idea. I don't know anything about it.
Okay, so we're not answering either question. What was that just now? The mastermind did something to Kyoko's body? What does that mean?
Okay, things are getting kind of awkward. I think it's about time I got out of here.
Well,
About time I made like the chocolate factory and got the fudge out of here. Meanwhile, you guys can go on enjoying your school life. If you get lonely, give me a shout. Not that I'll do anything about it, of course.
See ya later!
Bye-bye, see ya! Monokuma disappeared, leaving us all in a depressing despair. Although it wasn't all despair. There was one small hope. Hey Kyoko, Monokuma already mentioned it, but what's that key that Celeste gave you? Most likely, it's the key to the one of the dressing room lockers.
Huh?
What? That means Celeste probably hid it in there.
Hey,
I suppose sometimes it's easiest to miss what's right beneath your nose. Well, then we better go check.
Indeed.
Good idea. We left the courtroom and rushed to the dressing room. Yeah, that's probably where she was keeping Alter Ego. As we approached the dressing room, Kyoko looked back at us and said,
Hey.
I'm going to go alone from here. Everyone else head to the dining hall and I'll check in with you later. Why exactly are you going alone?
So...
Do you even have to ask? As she spoke, she glanced quickly at the surveillance cameras.
Come on.
That's not what I mean. Why you? There's still the risk of a spy, you know. Then I'll go too.
What?
You? Please, let me go. Like, I gotta ask permission from this guy? Standing here arguing is just going to draw more attention to us.
Goodbye.
Do whatever you want. Thank you, Byakuya.
well then.
At least I'm polite about it. Then it's up to you now.
Yo!
I'm gonna go to the dining hall, okay? Bye. Huh? So Makoto and Kyoko are gonna go together? Does that mean what I think it means?
Okay.
Good luck, Makoto. Girls like her are total pushovers when you show a little backbone. Tried to forget what Hina said. Everyone headed to the dining hall, leaving me and Kyoko there alone.
Shall we go?
Yes. Shall we? Yes, we shall.
So then...
We need to get into that locker. Kyoko took the key to the Celeste, had given her and unlocked the locker, and the locker swung open, and we saw, there it is, Alter Ego. Good morning. It's been a while, hasn't it? It's safe, thank goodness. I never heard Kyoko sound so relieved. It was like she was speaking from the bottom of her heart. I did just what Celeste asked. I said a word. I stayed quiet. I didn't say a word. I stayed quiet the entire time.
No.
Oh, and I think I might be able to open the last set of files soon, maybe as early as tomorrow. I'm doing my best, so please just wait. Please wait just a little while longer. Okay, so now we can officially say the case is closed. As far as this incident is concerned, sure, but can we take a second? Since we have the opportunity, I want you to be honest with me. No. Kyoko, please tell me. What are you trying to do what are you trying to do all on your own here at the school? Is that what you wanted to come here with me? Is that why you wanted to come here with me?
However...
Regardless, that's not something you need to know right now. I don't need to know. It just makes me even more worried.
What?
Worried. Like what happened during the investigation this time. You disappeared, and we didn't see you again. Without warning, without explanation. When you do that,
Indeed.
it's only natural that they think I'm the mastermind spy, right? And you too. No! I believe in you.
What?
You believe in me? Isn't it obvious? People believe in their friends, right? That's why I want you to tell me. And I want you to believe in me too. Because we're friends. I understand.
It's true.
Then maybe I can believe in you. Just a little bit more. Then...
That's fine.
Fine, I'll tell you. I'll tell you why I've been disappearing and where I've been going. You see... What I heard from Kyoko then was... Well, frankly, it kind of blew my mind. Right after I told Kyoko I believed in her, she told me a story that was, well, almost unbelievable. I decided I had to confirm that what she told me with my own two eyes, so I waited for nighttime to come. And when it did, I went into action. And we're going to find out what that is next time, guys. So, that is going to wrap things up for tonight's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Sorry to leave you on that cliffhanger. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to TimPlaysAGame. Stay tuned for more Danganronpa. Till next time, this is Tim from TimPlaysAGame signing off. And have a good night, guys.